The 5th generation Mazda MX-5 could be on our hands before we know it. Coming from Japanese scoop site Spider 7, Mazda Roadster, of course it would be NE, and that's also the abbreviation for Nebraska, where I'm from. Irrelevant for this article, but the appearance is in 2022. It could be coming sooner than we imagined. And they're saying that there could be a Skyactiv 1.5 engine and ultra lightweight body. We'll get more into these details in a second, but if you're new to the channel, my name's Kirk. Talk about Japanese and Korean cars. I just reviewed the RF Club MX-5 2021. Had an absolute blast in it. You guys, if you saw the video, you know how happy that car makes me. And just the thought of a new one is pretty crazy, because I feel like the MX-5 is already a perfect recipe. I don't really want a new one, to be honest. I think that the ND could live on forever, and I would be perfectly fine the way it is. But things change and new models come out. So what is new for this NE Miata? Original expectations were in 2025, which still could happen, but rumors out of Japan are suggesting it could be coming in 2022 at the earliest. I don't really see this happening. The reason is that Mazda has a huge new product stack coming out starting next year. Not only different iterations of the MX-30 with a rotary range extender and plug-in hybrid, we're also supposed to get the rear-wheel drive inline-6 platform. So that's the new Mazda CX-70 and CX-90, and then the CX-50 will also supposed to be coming out in this next year or two timeframe as well, coming out of the Mazda Alabama plant in conjunction with Toyota. So I just don't think it would be wise from a product planning standpoint. The MX-5 is doing so well in sales for what it is that they don't really need to bring it out in 2022. Maybe it could be ready that early. They don't need to. And launching like 4 products within a 2 years time, I guess it's possible, but it's not necessary, especially for a small automaker. Now, this is the only image that has been rendered based off of what people are hearing about the designs in Japan. So the lights look a little bit bigger. We still have the smiley grille. The hood is a lot more aggressive, and this looks like it's the soft top convertible here. Obviously, it's not the RF, because the RF has the C pillars, or technically they're B pillars that just stick up here. What do you guys think of the new front? I definitely think it looks more aggressive. And yeah, we'll see. Time will tell to see how accurate this render is. They're saying carbon fiber will be used a lot. 2 things come to mind when I hear carbon fiber: lightweight, but expensive. And we don't need the MX-5 to be any more expensive, but let's keep reading. They're saying the body size will be kept as it is to reduce the weight, and the body weight will be reduced from 990 kilograms to 920 kilograms of the current model. And they said originally the body weight was 990, which is about 2,200 pounds. So yeah, not quite sure what they're leaving out. Maybe all the fluids, maybe gasoline, maybe that's a dry weight, maybe all the transmission fluid as well as oil. It's hard to say. If you guys have an idea, definitely help me out below. And they're saying that the new powertrain is the installation of the Skyactiv X engine, which made its debut in 2018. We still haven't seen it here stateside. I'm expecting to see a variant of the Skyactiv X technology with the new inline-6. And Skyactiv X is like a gasoline version of a diesel engine. You have compression ignition, but it can also run on spark ignition. It has a lean supercharger on it with a mild hybrid system. It's quite complex. They keep making it better, improve the efficiency, improving the power numbers since 2018. And they're saying that this new Miata will have a downsized 1.5 liter inline 3-cylinder engine. We've only had 4-cylinder engines in the MX-5, unless you LS swapped it or something. And we've had a 1.6 liter with the first couple of years of the NA Miata. And that was the engine I had, which was known to be a kind of a rev-happy engine. But that was still a 4-cylinder, and they're saying a 1.2 liter inline cylinder could make the cut as well. The problem is we'll find out in the spreadsheet in a little bit, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense when it comes to equivalent power outputs as the current 2-liter with 181 horsepower. They're also saying that the 2-liter Skyactiv X is drawing attention, and that makes the most sense to me. And they're saying if the model appears in 2025, so the article is kind of contradicting itself because they're saying it could come out in 2022, right? If it comes out in 2025, they're saying a next generation of Skyactiv technology will be installed, and that's possibly one step further after Skyactiv X, or maybe the next iteration of Skyactiv X. It's hard to say. And there's no new information on rumored EVs or plug-in hybrids so far, and I'm perfectly okay with that. So we're over at this spreadsheet. I added this 1.5 liter Skyactiv X here to give an idea of what kind of power would be coming out of a 1.5 liter 3-cylinder. And my estimation is that it would be 141 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque, which is way less than what we have right now with the 181 and the 151 respectively. What makes sense to me is use the 2-liter Skyactiv X, which unfortunately is going to add weight, but that might just be the way they have to go due to emissions and things like that. Mild hybrid system, compression ignition, a hair more power, and a good amount more torque compared to the outgoing engine. That makes the most sense to me. I just don't see the Skyactiv X 1.5 liter triple making its way into the Miata with a significant reduction in power. We would see an improvement in efficiency, that is for sure, but we could also see a big improvement in efficiency with a Skyactiv X 2-liter as well. So even though this is kind of the first time I've heard anything about an NE Miata coming from Japan, I'm seeing a bunch of mixed signals. They're saying it could be 3 different engine options. They're saying it could be coming in 2022. It could be coming in 2025. They really are just throwing out a bunch of malarkey and hoping something sticks. That's how I see it. Could we be seeing carbon fiber? Possibly, but that's really expensive. And maybe they introduce it in like the new club variants. That would make sense to me to keep those variants a little bit more performance minded. But guys, what do you think? Do you think anything in this article is going to actually see the light of day, especially this render that we see here? Do you think that's what the new NE Miata will look like? When do you think it's coming? What kind of powertrains do you think we'll see? And if you enjoyed today's discussion on the NE Miata, smash the like button, subscribe for more Japanese, Korean auto news and more updates on the beloved MX-5. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.